know how we do. Every Tuesday, literally it's the same program every Tuesday, not switching nothing up. Quick 30-minute markup. You guys know what it is. So pretty much starting out the week, right? We always look at news. So, you know, it's already about to be Wednesday. For some people, it is Wednesday already. So most important thing, guys, we got FOMC. So news is going to hit like a train tomorrow. You know, with this USD news, it really is going to like shape the way that this month is going to move and everything else. You know, the dollar's at a very crucial point. Gold's at a very crucial point. You know, we got all these pairs that are getting ready to pop off. You know, we can see we got GBP and a little bit as well. You know, that's in 5 hours, I think, if my math is good. And then we got AUD news in the afternoon. So it's a whole lot of news tomorrow, and NZD news as well. So we could see a lot of pairs looking like they're gonna pop tomorrow, do some crazy stuff. So pretty much, like I said, guys, just make sure we pay attention for the GBP news. Hopefully, guys, we do get some dovish news. Yeah, some dovish news, because I would definitely like to see a lot of GBP pairs fall. You know, GJ, I'm looking for that sell setup. You know, GU, looking for it to continue the sell setup. You know, GA, GN, all looking for the same sell setups. I was in GCAD earlier. You know, still looking for the same sell setups. As we can see, I'm in a trade right now on GCAD. And, you know, we're barely a little bit into it. I'm looking for 500 pips on GCAD. And then, yeah, fucking 70 pip stop loss for 500 pips. These are the trades I like taking. If you ain't making money taking your trades, don't even hit me with no one-to-one risk to reward ratio stuff. So, bet EUGU. I'm assuming you meant GJ, Christian Samble. So, yeah, I got you on GJ. USD Mexican, we'll hit that after. I got you, Edgar and Miguel. Some of these cross pairs, I don't like to do NZD pairs, but I'll try it, and then I'll talk about your GBP cross pairs. So, I bet, get us off started. Damn, we got 28 heads. Shout out everybody on here, bro. I got a full course class right now. But so looking at the dollar, guys, right? One thing we could see. So first and foremost, always start off on a bigger time frame. Look at the daily, look at the weekly, right? If we look at last week, we could see that we had this we had this bearish closure. So pretty much what we're seeing right now is, you know, we're looking to see if price is going to stay underneath that 97.5 range. You know, right now it's under 97. So we're going to see if it's looking to break under price and, you know, retest around our 95 area, which is where my crosshairs are. So that's off the weekly, right? You know, we go to a time frame like the daily. And then pretty much, you know, one thing we could see is that price has been trending off of our 200 MA right here. So we could see that, you know, it's looking like price is getting ready to come to, you know, like just some more sideways consolidation as our MAs cross over. Anytime our MAs cross, you know, you could generally see a shift in direction change. So it just depends how news looks tomorrow. You know, we could see that for the last couple of days we've been bearish. So my expectations for news tomorrow is that, you know, we might continue to still be a little bearish. So now if we check this out, right, guys, pretty much, you know, up to last week and stuff like that, we had been drawing some of these trend lines out, and we've just been seeing what's been going on with price. So if I redraw this trend line, you know, we could draw it to like right here. We could see that. Let me delete this one. So one thing we could see is that, you know, price retested our little zone right here. And so now what it's looking like price is doing is making its way down to here, right? So this is what I would like to see for the US dollar. You know, if we just zoom out a little bit, look at it off like the 4 hour or something like that, we could just see that overall, you know, this thing has been making lower lows. And then, you know, even with the higher lows that it's been making, right, we can see that, you know, so far, right, this thing is telling us that it is in a downward direction. So until this thing breaks, retests, and goes above and creates that higher low, my understanding is that this pair is in a downwards direction. So pretty much you already know the drill, guys. Are going to be looking for themselves in like UJ. You know, just depends on what currency pairs we're looking at. But hopping over to some of these other pairs, right, we could get started. You know, we could look at like USDJPY. And so with USDJPY, you know, checking this out, right, we can see that so far, guys, this thing is literally in an upwards channel, right? You know, we can see that from where price was back in December last year, this could be more or less like our little flagpole. And then we've been in a clear channel in USDJPY for a hot minute. So with this right here, you know, one thing we're looking at is literally we're looking for previous resistance points that the market can stop at to give us levels that we might see a reverse at. So, you know, as of the moment right now, you know, USDJPY is still showing us, right, higher lows, right, boom, 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 boom. And then it's still also showing us clear higher highs. So because of all this information right here, right, you know, for the moment, the sells might not be ready, but definitely, guys, I am eyeing those sells heavy. I've been in a buy, so I'm a little bit past break even for the moment on this buy setup. Yeah, you know, 30 pips, that's not even nothing. But you know, I'm looking for price to come up to like almost our 1114 area. So let me just zoom out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So pretty much I want to see price come all the way up, right? Sit somewhere in just this little blue box, and this blue box is just this price I have right here, 114 to 114.8. That's what I got right there. So I want to see price come up to anywhere, you know, it might reject off of there, right? Because previous resistance right here, you know, price might come up to there and then reject, right? So, you know, it just depends 100% on what happens. You know, FOMC tomorrow is going to be a very big prediction of and the FOMC tomorrow is going to be a very big indicator of what price is going to do. You know, price is definitely just trying to range right now. You know, it's figuring out a resistance point because, you know, it's been making support off of all of the MAs, right? We can see that it's been making support very nicely off of our 50 moving average. So this is why I like to use moving averages. You know, they help you identify trend directions on some of like the bigger time frames and stuff like that. USDJPY, like I said, for the moment, guys, I do see this thing going up. So I'm going to send this chart out, you know, just for the moment. The little sell setup I do see happening, but for the moment, I'm not going to touch USDJPY. You know, I might hop in a buy or something. I was in a buy earlier, like I said, but that's that. Now, if we look at the rest of these pairs, right, same thing. Look at the daily time frame. So pretty much with this right here, you know, a lot of people, myself included, I was looking at selling AUDJPY this morning, just off of the fact that it looks like all of these yen pairs are finally starting to reverse. You know, looks like we're gaining strength in the yen itself. So with that right there, you know, definitely if we do end up seeing sell setups, you know, TPs would be somewhere in the event of like quick little 60 pips, 60 to 120 pip TPs. You know, if we just go back to what I had marked up real fast, pretty much, you know, I would like to see with where price is at. Look, let me delete some of this stuff. So look, pretty much, guys, with where price is at right now, we could identify that pretty much price is in between like these two little levels right here. You know, price, if you guys know anything about like, well, just like supply and demand zones, you know, we had our two zones right here. We had this one, then we had this one. And so we seen, you know, price collected orders up here, then it made its way down. And so price is looking like it wants to make its way back down. But what I would like to see, so pretty much the same setup almost as USDJPY, you know, if possible, I would definitely like to see, you know, price come up anywhere towards, you know, up here, not necessarily saying it's going to go all the way back up to 79.6, but I would like to see price just come anywhere around here and then get ready for that drop. So, you know, we might get an M setup happening, right? You know, we might get a drawn out M. You know, for the moment, the reason why I'm saying it looks like price is going to go up is just because of the fact that, you know, still guys, once again, if we turn this to a line graph, you know, everything about this is still showing us that it's going up, right? You can see that we've had two clear trend touches, right? We've had the, even if we go to like the 1 hour and we look at this trend, right? Let me draw this a little bit better, right? Even if we put it like here to here, body to body, you know, we could see that we had this right here, that touch, we had this touch. And so, you know, we had the clean tests and then the corrections, right? Like you can see with the last circle that I drew, you know, price it came down, right? You see price came down in one huge candle. And then in the next two, price immediately corrected. So with that right there, that's telling you that, you know, price right now is not ready to move to the downside. You know, we might see it later. We just definitely have to wait and see what goes on in the market. But for the moment, guys, definitely, you know, I'm looking for AUDJPY to come up. Just around 79.300, give or take, you know, 40, 50 pips. You know, I'm not a signal service. I'm just helping you guys out with what I think. So this is pretty much what I'd like to see for AUDJPY. Testing around right here, 79.300. You know, I think that would be a good area to start looking for sell setups, right? Because after 79.3, literally price can only go up another 50 pips, right, to the last multiple highs it's made. You know, even if you sold it from where it's at, you know, like a 30 pip stop loss is pretty cool. You know, you're looking for 80 to 150 pips for the downside movement, even more. So all these young pairs looking like they're setting up good. That's USDJPY, same thing as AUDJPY. You know, next we could go to GBPUSD. And so pretty much with this pair right here, guys, if you guys have been following this pair with me for a little bit, we've been in a sell for a hot minute already. Well, we've been in multiple sells actually, right? The first sell we got was this one to here. So, you know, that one was 480 pips in the Duffy. So if anybody took that with me, shout out. But, you know, this next time, right, let me delete that box. What we're looking for on GBPJPY is I want to see the same setup, right? I want to see pretty much price go up a little bit more, and then I want to see a drop. A more accurate spot for where I think price is going to go would be like right here. You know, I think price is definitely going to grab prices up here like it is trying to do right now. So, you know, that's another 140, 150 pips up. So definitely be careful for that, guys. We got GBP news literally in like 4 hours, I think 4 or 5 hours. And so, you know, if I just extend this box back a little bit, you guys can see why I put this box back there. And so let me change the color, make it a little bit darker for you guys. Cool. So pretty much, right, we can see that right here, right there, all of right here. You know, we have a whole lot of spots that really respects this little zone that we drew. And so, you know, with price coming up anywhere past this red zone, right, literally, my stop loss for this trade would be like right here, probably like right there, right? I would put my stop loss above this high. Anything else above that, you know, that's really, I'll let my stop loss get hit and then I'll just take a new trade. You know, it's no reason to like try to force a sell to happen. You know, if the sell setup doesn't happen, you know, let it hit your stop, you know, X out, break even, whatever you have to do, but don't turn a loser into a blown account. That's one thing I had to learn a lot. So, you know, with what I was just saying, right, to get to this red line, price has a potential of going up another 300 pips, 300, 400 pips. And so this is a perfect example of me saying what I just said. You know, don't try to force a sell, right? If you try to sell it right now, guys, there is no clear indication this thing is selling. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high. There's no break and retest yet. There's no engulfing patterns. Like literally, this is off the daily, guys. This is telling you that like, yo, this pair is probably not ready to sell. You know, another thing too that'll probably show you guys like what people are thinking about doing in the world. We use the community outlook and also this other Forex calendar. Usually I use my website, WF Traders, but for the moment I had to work on the page a little bit. So I'm not using my widgets for now, but we'll use a normal website. So GBPJPY. Look, you guys can see, literally look at this, guys. You see how many people are selling and you guys see how many people are buying. You see how many lots for each. So at the end of the day, right, like the way that I use this thing is you have to think, why would the markets pay out 6,000 lots in people's favors? You know what I'm saying? So that's just another example of, you know, what a tool you could use to show you that, you know, a lot of these pairs might not be ready for sales. Like, look, people are trying to sell UJ, people are trying to sell GBPJPY. I bet you people are trying to sell AUDJPY. Well, not really too much, but you know, we could look at CAD JPY. Look, everybody's shorting the yen pairs, so that's definitely an excuse for these pairs to probably go up some more. So, like I said, definitely looking for sales soon. I just don't know when. You know, we have to wait for news to give you that clear, decisive indication. Because I mean, literally, even with this morning, right? You know, the sell that I caught was from here to here. This is what I caught this morning. But other than that, you know, this pair's kind of just been a dub. Like I said, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So definitely don't even look for sells. That's my honest opinion. You guys might be able to scalp some sells, but you know, the trades I'm looking for are like 100, 200 pip TPs. Anything less than that, you know, that's something you guys could just do if you want. So hopping over to something like UCAD, right? UCAD, definitely, I want to see some buys happening. I take that back. You know, so far, pretty much, we can see that like with these little black lines, you know, we're in a little bit of a trend. A channel, excuse me. And so, you know, we tested the bottom, we've tested the top, right? Tested the bottom, tested the top. So now pretty much, right, one thing we might do is we might test the top one more time and then we might get, you know, a nice little drop. A place I'd be looking for this buy to happen to would be to that red line, right? Because we have this right there that happened. And then even if we probably go back in the past some more, you know, we could probably back test and look, see perfect. Literally right there, boom, see sell opportunity. And so pretty much if we took a sell off of that red box, well, yeah, never mind, that's a whole lot of pips still. So at that red line, you know, around, let me zoom in so you guys can see this. So pretty much what I'm saying is that right now for the moment, right, USDCAD, you know, it looks like it could be a buy setup. Well, yeah, I would take a buy on it right now. You know, that's a 100 pip TP. And then I'm definitely looking to sell it again once it gets a little bit higher. So USDCAD, this is off the daily. We've seen that rejection. We go to like a smaller time frame and we check it out, right? One thing we can see is that so this is why I like using the moving averages so much, right? Look, this is a 200. Look how perfectly price came down, tested it, and shot back up, right? If you guys would have just took a sell right off of the moving average, you guys would be up 76 pips right now in 12 hours. So, 76 pips, that's like some people's weekly goals for Forex. So, the 200 moving average, 50 moving average, I like to use them a lot. Maybe I could have another Zoom call sometime soon about moving averages as well. But for the moment, like I said, definitely, UCAD looking for like a buy, right? Another thing that helps you out with UCAD is what oil's doing. So oil, I'm definitely, never mind, I don't know. Oil's being oil right now. Pretty much how oil goes, guys. So the Canadian currency follows US oil. So if oil is going up, Canada's going up. So like, for example, if oil's going up, UCAD's going down. If oil's, you get what I'm saying? Like they're doing the opposite of each other. So, a couple people are looking for oil sales, I think. But as far as what oil's doing, I think oil's going to continue to keep going up. So, we might see USDCAD go down, but it just depends. Once again, we got FOMC tomorrow. Trying to predict FOMC is kind of crazy. If it wasn't a news week, I would have more definite answers for you guys as far as what I think is going on. But so that's with USDCAD, right? USD pairs are going to be really crazy tomorrow. And then tonight, right, we got these London pairs which are going to be jumping. So GBPUSD, I'm looking for the sell setup, right? If we look, this blue line and this blue line, those are my entries in the sell already. So as you guys can tell, I'm already up. I'm already up 60 pips on one entry, and then I'm break even on another. So I'm definitely selling GBPUSD. Even just to blue, like from where I sold it to the blue box, the top of it, 180 pips. I'm trying to squeeze this pair for maybe like 220 pips or so. This morning, right, with GBPUSD, we had seen that we had this rejection, we had that rejection, and then a couple of days earlier, we had this rejection. So price has been rejecting the mess out of 1.33. So if price continues to reject 1.33, right, and then let me put a little line at 1.33 for you guys, so we could see this key level, right? On the weekend, I talked about key levels some more. So, price is staying underneath 1.33. And so with price staying under there, definitely we're looking at the rejection happening. So we might end up seeing price come up. Price might stop hunt one more time. I definitely would not doubt price coming up to here, right? Stop hunting one more time and then dropping just to kick everybody out. So definitely, guys, look for sell limits as close to 1.33 as possible. Wait for news to happen, because GBP news is crazy. Like literally, it always stop hunts. It always does it. And so, like I said, 1.33, that's my little area for sells if you guys are not in sells already. So that's that. We talked about GU, EU's next. Then I already did GJ. Cool. So yeah, GU looking for that sell. EU, I definitely am waiting for the sell setup in EU. But guys, one thing that I have been beeping is that, price definitely has the potential to have a lot more upside to it. Price could easily come up some more. So I'm just marking this up for you guys very quickly, and then, we'll get this thing going. One thing I want to show you guys is just how, if we use fibs on a higher time frame, it'll really show you guys, kind of like what the MO is of price. So let me just round out these levels real fast for you guys, right? This is something I always do, key levels over everything. And that, so pretty much, you know, I would like to see price come up to like this 114 area, you know, anywhere around here, right, guys? I definitely would like price to see come up to. You know, in between price coming up from where price is at right now to getting to that red box, like there's going to be multiple opportunities to make pips. Like you could scalp this thing all day, all night. Like you could sell it and then you could buy it and then you could sell it, you could buy it until it reaches up here. But once price reaches like up here, you know, 1.14, I'm definitely looking for the sell setups. So for the moment, you know, probably EU's just being crazy right now. You know, I don't even like EU at the moment. I haven't liked it for like the past like 2-3 weeks. But, you know, like I said, you could definitely trade the sideways motions. But like I said, I'm not really going to touch this pair until it comes closer to 1.14. I'd rather trade GBP pairs for the moment. So looking at this, right, if we look at the cross pair, Euro GBP, you know, one thing we can see is that, you know, we're in this uptrend as well. Oh, look, also one thing to show you guys on Euro USD. So a lot of people are looking for sells, but like, yo, look at this. All right, if we hop out to the weekly, yo, like this thing's catching mad support. So like it's looking like long-term buy season. You know, if we put a line like right here, right over, we make a support and resistance, price is literally almost chilling on like the weekly support and resistance line. So 1.135 is the important area that we're looking at. And so pretty much with price right here, you know, we can see a lot of basically like price has been moving sideways. And so what I would like to see is I definitely would like to see some bullish upside movement coming out of this pair soon. So, you know, that's just off of the weekly. Like I said, price is making support off of, you know, like a strong weekly support and resistance area. So pretty much, you know, EU's definitely interesting. Like there's a whole lot of people saying, you know, it could be sells. Some people saying it could be buys. It just depends, you know. This is very interesting what's going on with EU right now and Brexit talk and all that stuff over in the rest of the world. So, you know, that's something we got to wait for as well. March 29th is going to be very important because that's when they're going to decide about Brexit again. If they're going to, you know, extend the shot clock or if they're just going to make a no deal situation happen. So it's going to be crazy. Like for all of you guys that are new to Forex, like this is your first couple months or years, like it's, pay attention to how the market moves. Like it's crazy. So Euro GBP, definitely looking for them upside movements, right? I think GU is going to fall. So, you know, if we got this right here, GBP, USD, and then we got Euro USD, right? The GBP USD is going to go down, right? And then we're saying that, you know, for the moment, it looks like Euro might go up, right? You know, we ignore the cross pairs, cancel them out. And so Euro GBP, right? The new cross pair we make, Euro GBP, we already said we think that's going up, this is going down. So you get how we did a little bit of math and then we kind of like figured out what we think the pair's going to do. So that's my analysis on Euro GBP by city. You know, even from where price is at, that's a cool 50 pip TP. So that's what we got for that. USDCHF. Yeah, I'm not looking at that. I hurt my head. AU. Oh, look. So pretty much I'm in my buy already. My buy limit hit. I entered right here. So I was negative 14 pips. I'm 3 pips in profit. So if you guys want to hop in that AU buy with me, yeah, I'm actually probably going to double down on this AU buy. I'll throw this in the chart for you guys as well. TP1 off the buy is 50 pips. TP2 would be 80. TP3 be the cool 100. And then we're only risking 23 pips. So literally that's a fire trade setup. I'll throw this one in the chart right now so we can get that going. Now with gold, I still do see it going up. I didn't take this trade, but you know, I would have been up. So it don't even count. I'm not even gonna say that. But yeah, gold's going up, guys. It's going up, up, up. You know, clearly this thing's showing us it's going up. You know, I'm looking for price to break through this 200 MA, right? We still got higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. You know, we had the same high twice, but other than that, you know, this pair is still showing us is going up. Not until the lower lows is broken are we going to start seeing this pair go to the downside. You know, once again, you could scalp this pair all day, all night, but looking at the overall trend direction, definitely looking for price to be up. You know, right now is another good opportunity to buy this pair. So with AU going up, GBP going down, you know, GA looks like a good sell. GN, once again, I don't really like to trade NZD news. So, I mean, not NZD news, but I just don't really like to trade NZD itself. So pretty much with this, you know, it looks like it's going to follow the rest of the GBP pairs and go down, right? We got this little doji that formed off the 4 hour. So that's something that could be very important for us to look at too. And so that's pretty much all the currency pairs I was going to run through with you guys. The last one is a little bonus one. We're going to look at the Mexican peso. Okay, cool. So throw up this little line graph. US 30. I'm not gonna touch US 30 because I don't trade US 30, and I'm not gonna be the dude that gives a US 30 signal and I blow somebody's account because US 30 is the devil. Well, I take that back. It's not the devil. It's just I don't trade US 30, so I'm not gonna give my analysis on something I don't trade because US 30, bro, like, bro, I've heard some stories about people losing accounts, but we could talk about it off camera, compa. I'm just not gonna do it on a Zoom call for my YouTube. But US Mexican, bro, definitely looks like it's might start going up soon. Where it's at, right? It looks like it's on a good little support and resistance zone, bro. You know, pretty much if we just look and we back test it out. So on top of everything, this right here, we could pretty much probably round this off to being a key level. And it'll probably help out even more. So with this right here, right, at that key level, the 19.012, I don't know how accurate that is as a key level, but look, bro, see, we're getting a lot of support off of this line. You know, if we back test a little bit, bro, you can see that it's also like support. It's a pretty good spot for support and resistance. So pretty much, I think price is going to build off of where it's at right now, G. Throw a chart in my chat. You know, we could definitely talk about it some more. I'll show you what I see. You could show me what you see in this pair. But, you know, for the moment, definitely it looks like it would probably be a buy setup, catch you like a cool 100 pips or so. But yeah, pretty much thank you guys for hopping on here. We got less than a minute left. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys for always hopping on to these Tuesday calls. And, you know, that's big facts. I love you guys over everything. Let's keep making this money. Very big things coming soon for the website and for everything, guys. I appreciate you guys. Let's keep making this money.